And we're live in Anthony's office, full of Pokemon cards, Pokemon memorabilia,
and cats.
Which I've just kicked out. This is a new idea for Lilac City Smash. It's new in the sense that we're doing it, but it's definitely not the first podcast I've seen thrown in Spokane. It's
never before done.
Never before done ever, clearly. I have with me Jack. He's the co-host, CEO of Lilac City Smash.
Yo.
And today we are giving it a go. He literally came over at the drop of a hat because he's like, yeah, let's do a podcast. So here we are. Not too sure how frequent this will be because we're not really sure how things are going to start out. But we can, at the very least, cover a few easy topics here and there and go from there. I mean, it only gets better from here, so thanks for bearing with us, guys. So we'll start this cast off with tournament announcements. I know Anson was talking about Beyond the Grotto 2 being on the 25th. That's actually going to be the 18th, if I remember correctly. So he'll be doing Beyond the Grotto 2 at the 18th, and that will push Odyssey 3 to the 25th. Beyond the Grotto, again, being at the Grotto, Gaming Grotto in Spokane, and then Odyssey 3 being at Omni Gaming in Chewelah. Let's see, as far as side brackets go for Odyssey 3, I mean the main bracket we have singles. We will have a side bracket called Oops All Specials, and it is exactly the way you envision it. Your controls are not allowed to have an A input. So your tilt stick has to be set to special, your A has to be a B button. We are aware that you can do a down smash when you use grab while you are dropping through a platform, but we're not going to remove grab from an already complicated move set. So there'll be a proper announcement, proper graphics, all that fun stuff as we go. And the next thing on the list here is Omni Gaming. We're going to be switching to cash only there. So for those of you who pay venue and fee with cards, just bring cash and we'll actually handle it upstairs. And yeah, that's basically it. We plan on having some guests on here fairly soon. This, again, is a very impulsive, creative adventure here. But since we're here, it's me, Anthony. I got Jack with me. And we're going to talk about Smash characters. Literally the easiest thing we could talk about on an impulse.
The first topic for any Smash Bros. Podcast is the game itself, right?
Hopefully. So, right now I have written down diversity with Smash characters. We were talking about fish. Is there an actual fish you would want to be in Smash Bros. Aside from Inkling?
I was reading a bag in the corner of your room. That was the...
Oh, the freaking yolks.
No, I have no desire for more fish in Smash Bros. I don't know if we have any, Inkling, right, if you count that.
Mm-hmm.
That's plenty.
Sheik, bouncing fish.
True, she has a move with the fish name. I mostly want Donkey Kong to get a projectile.
Oh, the coconut gun?
That, or like he throws a barrel. I think that would give the character a lot of options.
That is a neat topic. Revisiting old characters with DLC treatment. Like, could you imagine if Donkey Kong was released today? His down B would be him bringing up the barrel.
What does a $5.99 Donkey Kong do? Right, we need the $5.99 of every character, and what are those changes?
All right, since you're the DK main, tell me what the $5.99 changes are for DK.
Oh man, he's already got armor on basically everything. So he's got the Kazuya treatment.
Yes.
Down pat. Let's see what else. They bring back the wind box on his lariat. Remember that from the modifiers or whatever in Smash 4? You had the wind Kong.
Yeah.
His Donkey Punch had a wind box on the end, so you can edgeguard with it off stage, and his recovery pulled people in with a wind box. It was nuts. It was an airbender Donkey Kong. I think that's probably what the DLC version of him would look like. I would like if he had like an install, kind of like Banjo-Kazooie, where if you hold down B, you pull out the gun, and you can jump up and down with it. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. I don't know how good any of that would be, but it definitely sounds fun.
I hear that. If they were up to me, I'm not sure, because I know Nintendo doesn't like guns already, so the fact that they let Joker in there with a straight-up knife and a straight-up gun, it just like your standard 9mm. It's like, oh, it's imaginary, guys. It's okay. But they already neutered Snake, so Snake just does explosives, even though his game is almost exclusively guns.
Yeah.
I actually had this talk with someone else. I think a character that could use the 599 treatment and just get a complete rework on their moveset is Link. Especially since Breath of the Wild, the only update they gave to his moveset was his remote bombs.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and give out Byleth. I'm like, no. Drop Byleth and give Link a down B that changes between a sword, an axe, and a lance. Because that's what he does in Breath of the Wild. And you can have his up B change. Like, his up B has no business still being that freaking spinning stuff. It should be Rivali's Gale where he just jumps up with the cape.
Yeah, he had a lot of utility in that game that could be almost like a hero character. We could like use the magnesis or freeze people in place.
Magnesis could just be his tether grab. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to grab with his hands.
He literally could magnesis tether. Like it has the animation for it already in Breath of the Wild. Just reaches out and grabs somebody.
Mm-hmm.
They could do. I mean, I don't know if this would be a buff to the character, but it could like. After a certain number of hits, his weapon breaks, like in the game, and it rotates to a different style. So you only have this for... I'm giving him bad ideas right now. This is
please. Pokemon Trainer was bad enough with the whole, we need to keep it... Squirtle gets tired. That was the worst
Squirtle gets tired. Bring back that change, man. But yeah, that'd be funny, watching his weapon, like, cycle every 10 hits. Kind of like Robin running out of ammunition for spells, Link's weapon breaks.
I almost think Robin doesn't even need that, because Robin's already pretty hard enough to use. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, no one likes to be stuck at ledge with him pushing arc fire, like, every frame, but...
Yeah, he's a good character, but I don't think him keeping his spells the whole time would be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
He'd be okay.
But then again, neither of us are player ranked at all, so, there you go, that's our opinion. We want fun.
No, we're PR in... Stevens County. This is a Stevens County podcast.
Right? Yeah, that's right. We're powerful.
The voice of authority here out in Chihuahua.
The voice of reason.
That's right.
In an unreasonable area. I'm just thinking like Link's forward smash should be his current up B. Like charging is very clear what he should be doing. Like he does that spin, and then with the axe, like when you charge the axe in Breath of the Wild, he already starts spinning, so give that a hitbox. Just make it real laggy and real unsafe on shield. Like, there's so many ways they could do that.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny that they have Super Mario Odyssey animations on a character that still has Super Mario Sunshine moves.
Yeah.
For Mario, anyway.
A lot of these characters have been identical for decades. Like, their capability hasn't evolved too much.
Yeah, I mean, Ganondorf is also another one they could probably redo.
I mean, they could bring in, what was that, Legacy Warriors?
Hyrule Warriors?
Yeah, Hyrule Warriors Ganon, the crazy lion's mane hairstyle.
More than just that, just his attacks were just awesome. He even did, like, magical death ball tennis in his, like, he shot the ball back and forth, so.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, earlier I was talking about dropping Byleth. I think I just want to talk about Fire Emblem characters in Smash in general, because to the uninitiated, someone who plays Smash, Ultimate specifically, and then goes to play a Fire Emblem game, they're going to be very disappointed to find out that not everyone uses a sword. As a matter of fact, sword is probably not uncommon, but you're going to find an axe, you're going to find spears, you're going to find bows, various magical weapons, and it is just poorly represented in Smash.
I feel like I'm a good example of this. I've never played Fire Emblem. My understanding of the characters is just Smash Bros.
Yeah.
So, explain to me the games, right? Like, give me the quick rundown, and I know the most about Ike. I think
we like Ike.
His dad died fighting a Black Knight or something, and he was a mercenary leader. Is that
that
right?
is definitely Path of Radiance.
Okay.
I recommend that one. I mean, if you want to buy it, that's gonna be like a down payment on a house.
Oh, okay.
But let's see. Oh, they also messed up Ike really bad too. But
really?
So Fire Emblem is basically, I'm not doing it justice. It is anime chess where you feel bad when your pieces get killed.
There's permadeath in
There's permanent death. They're rotating it out with more recent titles, but if you pick up a Game Boy Advance game, and say the first person who joins you just dies because you don't strategize well enough, they're dead. They're dead for that entire run. So soft resetting is very easy to commit to in that game because you don't want to lose anybody. And it feels extra bad, like an extra sting, because when you beat the game, all of your surviving units say they lived happily ever after, or some sort of montage of that, and then when it gets to your dead characters, it shows them grayed out and says they died in battle, and shows you what chapter. So yeah, it's pretty traumatizing. It actually forces you to care about your pieces.
Dang.
No, not pieces. They're people. They have families. It forces
you to value your bonds.
Exactly. So that's that. There's a weapons triangle. You have swords that are strong against axes. Axes are strong against lances. Lances are strong against swords. And then some sort of variation of that is usually in there. There's weapon durability, so you can't just use a busted weapon the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yada, yada, yada. But basically, it's anime chess, where you feel bad. And how they messed up Ike is that they just made him a reskin of Roy, and then they give Cloud a projectile on his neutral B, and I'm like, are you shitting me? Do you not know what Ragnell does? That is...
I don't know what
Ragnell is a ranged sword. Like, if they're far away from you, you can shoot a beam of light from the sword.
Oh shit, is $5.99 Ike a ranged character?
Oh, that'd be beautiful. $5.99 Ike is Cloud.
We're back, yeah, pretty much.
I mean, look at all the Brawl mods. They just literally put Cloud over Ike, and no one knows the difference, so...
Yeah.
But, shoot. What are the characters? I mean, as far as, like... I don't understand how they can have all the Koopa Kids as a singular character, just a reskin of Bowser Jr., but they can't somehow put Chrom, Marth, and Lucina, who all wield the same weapon, the Falchion, as one character.
Yeah.
It's the same sword, and the only argument I saw against it not being them having all different hitboxes was it's the parallel Falchion or it's the exalted Falchion, and truth be told, it's the same sword.
Yeah, I mean, it does look a little bit different between Chrom and Marth in the game. Chrom's is a little bit fatter.
Yeah, but it's the same sword.
Yeah.
We don't need that many slots.
Yeah.
The best representation of a Lord in Fire Emblem or Smash Bros is Corrin. They did Corrin so much justice.
Oh, that's
it's insane. It'd be cool if they could just transform into a dragon. I mean, let's get back on topic here. We're talking about diversifying Smash characters. Everyone's on 2 feet. It'd be nice to have, like, I don't know, an actual tiger or, like, say a mounted, like someone who rides a horse into battle and just like stays on their horse the whole time. I'm not sure how you do not be with that, but if they could make a professional wrestler into a Smash Bros. Character, sure they can do something else.
Koopa Kid abandons his car when he jumps back on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
He can jump off of their horse and then it respawns after a time.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with Wario's bike, or I guess Bulbasaur's on 4 legs.
Yeah, Bulbasaur.
So not everybody's on. This is bipedal.
Yeah. Still, it's just I'm thinking. How unique could they make a Smash character and still have it fit into the game? Because, I mean, there's certain limits and boundaries you have to adhere to, especially when, like, considering overly powered characters within their own universe, like Sephiroth. Mainly Sephiroth. They really hurt Sephiroth. I was expecting, I was joking with my friend John about this, when Sephiroth's reveal trailer was in, I was expecting his forward air from him to be punching while he held the sword with the other hand. I didn't get far off from that because he snaps with his nair, but he actually uses his sword. But man, what would it take for Sephiroth to swing his sword like Shulk? That would be so awesome.
Yeah. Huh.
But no, our goals with the podcast are to provide another avenue of information for LCS enthusiasts and possibly...
Outside Facebook, Ewa Smash on Facebook is pretty much the epicenter of information, and certain people like myself do not have Facebook, or I do now, but originally when I joined I didn't have it, and I was kind of in the dark about events, so hopefully other avenues like YouTube or this podcast can kind of get people in the know about what's happening in the community, upcoming events, things like that.
Yeah, just sort of an all-in-one deal without having to scroll and sort of read and figure things out yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong, you should probably figure it out for yourself anyway, but condensing all the info into something easily digestible.
Yeah.
I figure Ewok could use something like that. So, initial plans are to try to do this at least once a month. We'll try to have some guests on here too, so you guys aren't entirely bored listening to my antics. But Yeah, for right now, there seems to be a big gaping hole for a podcast or some sort of audio medium to keep everyone in one spot, I guess.
Yeah, put a voice to the community.
More or less. I'm not going to say I represent everybody, but...
This podcast represents the views of all of EWA.
Exactly.
It's official.
It's funny, we call ourselves Lilac City Smash, even though the Lilac City is Spokane and we're up in Chewelah, Loon Lake.
This is Dandelion Town Smash.
Yeah, we're not entirely frauds, I promise.
I've been to Spokane once or twice.
Yeah, we've been there once.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, same. Well...
Yeah, let's see, we covered $5.99. I think that should be a staple of the podcast, is every week we pick one character to make them $5.99.
$5.99? Okay, we can do that.
The $5.99 hour.
So we $5.99 DK today, right?
Yeah, we $5.99 DK today.
Are you satisfied with that? Do we need to revisit that?
We can always revisit the $6.99 DK.
Well,
but for now, he's fine.
Okay, so $5.99 characters from here on out.
I think that's a neat little segment.
I think we covered Link too, so that's 2. You guys got 2 for 1. You should be.
That's right.
Us.
Today was a bonus podcast.
Yeah.
2 characters at once.
2 characters at once. You guys weren't ready for that. I mean, you guys weren't ready for this in general, but. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in. I mean, it can only get better from here. So I appreciate you guys listening to my computer hum and our clearly studio quality equipment here. This totally is not just Anson's mic that he donated to us for the stream.
Yeah, this is a really nice locker room we're in right now.
Yeah, this is
down here at the gym. It's great.
Exactly. You can hear everyone working out. All right, guys, we're done. We will catch you another time and probably have some better content for you then. But we're here. We're doing this.
See ya.
Yep. Take care.